Okay, John, it was disappointing to lose the 2 games over Christmas, the 2 home games, as well as that trip to Kidderminster, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was massive disappointment to everybody at the club, to the players, management, supporters, everybody really. We were all so much looking forward to those games, and especially on the back of a good run of form as well. So yeah, massive disappointment, and I think we all feel a little bit let down by the fact that we couldn't play them.
Obviously, it's not the first time that COVID struck within the squad, so kind of just talk through what the protocols are and the precautions and how we're going to try and stop it from happening again as much as we can.
Yeah, I think it's really important that people know that we're doing everything we possibly can here. We're talking to obviously the team management, the league, who have been fantastically helpful to us, and they deserve a lot of credit for their understanding in our situation, and other clubs as well who have been having problems. But we are making sure that everything we do abides by all the procedures, the protocols that the league have set down. Josh is well aware that he understands the need for us to get football matches on, but unfortunately we're in a situation at the moment with this pandemic and the variant that we're dealing with at the moment. It is spreading quickly, and unfortunately within a sports environment it seems to be spreading very quickly, and we have to be as sensible as we possibly can whilst trying to push things forward. But at the end of the day, the league makes the decisions on whether games go ahead, and unfortunately over Christmas we've lost those 2 big games.
Yeah, big games. Hopefully it would have been a big crowd, the bars would have been busy, so there's kind of the loss of revenue as well to deal with, isn't there? Yeah,
the loss of revenue is obviously a big concern to us, because we could have been looking at a 3,000 gate for both of those games. Very likely now that they'll be a Tuesday night, when all of a sudden you might be looking at perhaps 2,000 instead of 3,000 for both games. But, that net loss of revenue is quite significant, if I'm honest. So from that angle, yeah, it's really, really disappointing to lose it, because as you say, there's the bars, there's the club shop, there's maybe hospitality, there's all of those things that those bigger gates bring, not just people coming through the turnstile. You lose a percentage of that by going to a Tuesday night. It's a fact, you can't help it. I'd love to think that we could get 3,000 in on a Tuesday night for those 2 games. It'd be fantastic, and I would open my arms to anybody that wants to come along to those games. Perhaps you haven't been to see us for a few years, come and support us at those games and all the home games, because we were already experiencing obviously lower gates in the lead up to Christmas. Again, understandable, some people are nervous about coming into crowds, and the variant that we have is spreading quickly, so we understand all that. But what we have to do now is try and maximise our gate revenue, but also any other streams of revenue that we can devise or look at. And really, with the bottom line being it, firstly to try and push this season on best we can, but even more so next season as well. We've got to look at that, because that lost income, that lost revenue doesn't just suddenly reappear. You have to work at it and make sure that you build that back up to set a decent level of budget for next season.
Yeah, and I guess probably disappointingly, we had a really good November, didn't we? So we're probably looking to push on over the Christmas period. That hasn't happened, but I think we probably spoke before Christmas, and playoffs are still very much the aim, aren't they?
Definitely. I think we're very well positioned to do that. On the back, as you say, of a very, very good run of form. And who's to say that that form couldn't have continued through Christmas? We gave Kidderminster a very good game here in the trophy. And Gloucester too. We could have got points out of that. Would have pushed us back up there. We have got a few games in hand. We know that's helpful. But at the same time, you don't want the games backing up. You want to get your games played, get your points on the board, and then push on from there. But we are where we are. We can't do anything about it. Those games have been lost to COVID. At least lost for now. We'll wait for them to be rearranged and hopefully stay in that mix, because I think we've got a very good squad of players with a momentum behind them now after that start where 10 games in everybody was a little bit disappointed with what was happening. Not the performances, but the points tally. But we've got those points on the board now, and absolutely no reason why we can't push forward, and hopefully backed by good crowds and push on into the playoffs.